Yo, what's up everybody? I just got back from NAB and check this out. I thought I was gonna use the XF400 to do a lot of the coverage. I ended up using my GoPro 6 because it's just lighter, it's easy to go with. But I'm not talking about the GoPro today. I want to talk about the XF400 from Canon. Look at all these people who want to hang out with me. All right, so the reason why I'm personally interested in the XF400 is because I still own two of these, the XA30s. Okay, these are super light, super small, but when you compare it to the XF400, my goodness, the size difference, and you can feel it. You can actually feel it. But the reason why I'm very interested in this one and possibly selling both of these, and then I got another one over there, and then pushing the money towards this one is because I can record up to 4 audio tracks on this one, and it also shoots 4K 60 frames per second. Now if you're like me, when you're in a rush and you're trying to shoot with DSLR and you don't want to have to set up like your Zoom H4n on top of your SLR or somewhere else, and you just want to be able to grab really good audio really fast. The only drawback to the 4-channel recording is it doesn't shoot at 24-bit audio. It only shoots at 16. So you have an option to shoot at 2 channels or up to 4 channels. And I choose the audio, slapping the mic here. I choose to shoot with 4 audio channels because it just feels so much more safe. I'm gonna roll some B-rolls for you guys to just hear the audio, see the image quality. Some people were interested in the in-body stabilization. They asked me questions about that, and I'm just going to show it to you. And this is not a specs for specs video. I'm more of like a field tested reviewer kind of guy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the specs. You can read all that stuff on B&H or whatever, but I would like to share the knowledge and information I get back from renting this, using it, and see if it's actually for me. And I would say that this would fit me. This is it's pretty cool. XF400. Its focus is crazy good.
So just gauge distance, boom, touch, step out, like that.
Okay.
So you're just gonna push, boom, push. So push.
So right here, he's cleaning. What the Andrew?
I'm cleaning my blood right now.
Oh, he's cleaning his blood. Watch out.
This is another day in martial arts training.
Watch out.
I think I kicked his nail. It's on my toe. It's not my nail.
Oh. All right, so here's Josiah.
Josiah.
He's one of my, I guess, grad student.
my trainer's trainer.
There you go. So, how long have you been doing martial arts?
I've been doing it since my junior year in high school, so about 5 years now.
Dope. So do you have plans on continuing martial arts for the rest of your life?
I do. I plan to do this whole life. I don't plan on competing, but I do plan on getting way better because it's always good to know how to fight.
And the one thing I will tell him is always do righteous with what martial art you've learned.
Yep.
Stand up for honor, respect, and have integrity. Let's sign out. Now, coming from a DSLR standpoint, everything's smaller, lighter. I have interchangeable lenses, but this one is like an all-in-one where if you just want to get out there, get your content, and get the B-rolls and not have to worry about changing lenses, I mean, you just grab, go, shoot. Normally I have this set up with V-mount like this. I have a V adapter, my Rode Mic Pro and my Rode Mic Micro. This is the Pro Plus. I will slap those two on top of this, and I also have the AVX, which I'm actually using right now for my GH5 that's recording here. And I would slap all that up here. I have 2 inputs there and 1 input here, and you have the stereo speakers, stereo microphones right here. I just have a whole bunch of backup audio. So that is the main reason why I was actually looking into upgrading from those 2 Canon XA30s to the XF400. And the reason why I'm not doing the 405, XF405, is because I don't really need the SDI. So, and it saves me like $500. So this is something that is very, very, very easy to work with. It has a ridiculous amount of audio inputs and options. The only drawback are the codecs. You only get 5 codecs, which I guess it's a drawback and a good thing, because you're limited to so many that you just don't have to think about that as much. Now, I understand that you have clients that have certain needs and you need extra codecs or extra recording options, like the GH5 has a million. I would recommend the GH5, but for this one, I need this with the 4K 60. I can work with the GH5 as well for this to be my B cam, grabbing all the B-rolls, and then my GH5 be my A cam. Yeah, this is an amazing camera, but I feel like there are some things that are lacking as well. Like, for example, one thing would be, okay, why do I have to click so many buttons on the menu just to be able to change my Kelvin scale? But if you shoot everything on P mode, everything on automatic, run and gun, hands down, I would get this. The only reason why I'm kind of hesitant as well is the zoom range. You don't get as much zoom range as the XA30s. This one gets 20 times zoom. This one only gets 15 times zoom, I believe. And this one goes from 25.5 all the way up to 378 or something like that millimeters. And this one can go from about 28 or 29 millimeters all the way up to 578, which is like, dang, that's ridiculously close. So yeah, that's the only other drawback. But then again, there is an option where it'll crop in on the 1-inch sensor, which a plus for this one, a 1-inch sensor that like gets you a little bit more zoom in if you're shooting at 1080p. So this is definitely a future-proof camera, but limited in the codecs. But the good thing is, if you get an external monitor with this, and let's say an Atomos Shogun or an Atomos Inferno, a Shogun Inferno or a Ninja Inferno, you can actually have more codecs to work with. Like, for example, you will have more bit depth, 10-bit, and you can shoot 422. This one only shoots 420, which is, I guess it's a plus and a minus. Depends on the client and what type of work you do. So it's a very, very good camera. I love the fact that they have these, the click of a button, you can change ND filters. That, like, a huge plus for me is the ND filters on this one, is that you can just click and you don't have to change your aperture, your shutter, your gain. I was gonna say ISO, that's the DSLR world, but gain. So yeah, great camera. I like the fact that it has the custom button here and not down here like the XA30s, because my fingers always get caught right here to push the button, and I got to spin the wheel to change my settings. I like that you can click here instead. There are another plus. Oh, got to talk about a minus. Battery. Oh my goodness, this thing is power hungry. Like, I was getting the fan to work really hard to keep this thing cool. I shot a show. Actually, I shot a bunch of shows after coming back from NAB. I came back from NAB on Thursday. On Friday, I used this to record my girls' gymnastics team that I coach. Great image quality, good zoom range for that purpose. And then on Saturday, and then on the same night, I took this to record a high school dance show that hires me every year to go record for them. Performs really well in low light with just stage lighting. You know, just, I don't know if some people would consider that low light, but I consider it low light because sometimes you can, you know, you'll have hot spots and you'll have like props that gets like no lighting whatsoever. So, but you can get a lot of details from this. And I shot 4K and I pushed in and zoomed. I shot wide pretty much the whole time, and I was paying attention to the show, and at the same time I just want to catch footage and actually test when I zoom in, when I crop in on the image on a 1080p timeline. Looks really good still. I mean, it's definitely I would say maybe a little bit less quality than the XA30s, but to have that zoom range, this be my wide angle, it was awesome. And then I was shooting with, and then on Saturday night I actually shot the show, and this was my A cam mounted wide. Attach all my audio inputs. You know, I had a mic here, I had a AVX mic there, and I had another mic here, and I was recording the whole time with the Rode Mic Micro, the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, and it's just saves me the hassle of having to bring the H4n if I was shooting with my XA30s, because the XA30s, if you put the handle on, you have to use the audio input. You can have only 2-track audio, so it kind of makes things a little funky for me, but this one giving me those audio options. Like I said before, the main thing I looked at this for was the audio options. Was amazing. And then on Sunday, I went to record a belly dance show. Oh my goodness, I forgot to talk about the autofocus. Dang, the autofocus is ridiculously good. The only time it's not good when there's not enough light. And if you understand cameras, I think any camera in a low light situation would not perform well for autofocusing, but this autofocus is just ridiculously good. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to talk about. I forgot to talk about the menu. The menu is awesome, so much better. If you're coming from a Canon DSLR, so much easier to follow. I mean, it has tabs and then it has pages for each tab. So it's really well organized, I'll put it that way. I remember using the XA30s. These, you like have to scroll down a whole bunch of there's like only 4 tabs, and then you have to scroll down to find what you need. Whereas in this one, you can click a tab that has icons for what you need, and then you can just swipe and look for what you really need instead of like having to scroll. When you scroll too much, it just gets really annoying, but the swiping, everything is on that page, and you can just read real quick and see what you have. So that's the other thing that I forgot to talk about. It's a great camera, fits most of my needs, but I'm still hesitant whether to buy it or not because of the size. If you're looking into upgrading, definitely, I highly recommend upgrading. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the B-roll. All the links are down below for the gears that I've reviewed here and some of the gears that I've used in the B-roll tests. And, you know, we'll hang out another time. Peace.